Afternoon everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Gary. Today I'm going to be sorting out my Little Welder. It's my little go-to welder for my light jobs, such as like small panel welding and things like that, for doing cars or for building little projects. After doing the fire pits in the last video, I realised that the gas flow was a little bit slow. I've had to turn the gas flow pressure up to actually get it to work properly. So I think there's a little bit of a blockage somewhere along the line. I had to replace the line not long ago because I found out it had a leak in it. Now I'm wondering if I've put a kink in the line somewhere, or I've not quite got a seal in the right place. So today basically it's going to be a short video just sorting that out. First things first, it needs a bloody good clean down because it's ditched. It's obviously been sat in the garages with all the other work I've been doing it lately. I've been using the big welder, so it needs a good clean down, and then stripping down and then having a look what's in it, or what's wrong with it. So I shall get on with that and put a time lapse in for that bit, because nobody wants to see me cleaning down equipment. Unless you do, then please comment, but I doubt it. Yeah, let's just get on with that, and we'll see what happens along the way and see what we can find.
Follow white rabbit. I'm taking potions, call me Alice. Watch me grow taller. Yeah, rabbit's watches in his pocket. Yeah, he stays late, but he leads me so I follow. Wandering around in Wonderland, wondering how or if I'll ever get back. Wandering around in Wonderland, wondering how or if I'll ever get back.
Right, so the gas feed comes in from the bottle and goes in here and through this pipe here and down in through the out through the lead to the gun. And the only kink I can see is actually on this end here, just before it goes in here. So I think I'm going to disconnect that, cut the end off. I might even turn the CO2 on just to flush out, just to make sure there's nothing in there. And put that back together, and then I think it's going to have to be, we're going to have to take the gun to bits and clean the gun out, unfortunately. So let's get on with that. Yeah, it's all chewed up round here, so let's just put a fresh end on that. Like that. Just lift them off there a bit. And yep, that sounds fine. So put that back in there and pull that tight. That's away from that fan. That's all that there done. Let's just see if that's made a difference to the trigger. That's a little bit better. I think it's going to be a case of doing both ends. Let's see what happens. Right, so here we are at my little workbench. As you can see, guns on the table. I need to get this stripped down and get it cleaned up. See if we can find out what's the matter with it. So we'll start with taking the end off and just snip that bit because it's not long been used for welding, as you saw in one of my last videos. We'll just clean that up a bit because it's a bit choked up. Yeah, that still looks alright. Still nice and clean there. That could do with a bit of a wire brush down though. That looks alright too, so put that end back on. I have just realised that the end of the gun's actually moving a little bit, so looks like we are going to have to completely strip it down and see what's going on with the gun. I don't recommend anybody does this, by the way, unless they actually know what they're doing. So this is your insides of your gun. This is your basically your earth and gas feed, what do you call it, valve. So your wire goes up through it. That's your earth connection to the actual welder. That's your gas feed. And it all combines together and goes through the tip here. There's no actual trigger mechanism apart from when you press that there. Perfect, turn that off. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of a kink there again. I think I'll quickly strip this down and just have a quick look inside to see if I can find anything.
Follow white rabbit. I'm taking potions, call me.
Right, so after taking it to bits, I found that there was a little bit of a blockage in there, and that actually wasn't tight, so I've tightened all that up. I've disconnected that, reconnected it to make sure that was all clear, and that's all clear. So it seems to be working better now, so I'm going to put it back together and then we'll have a bit of a test weld to see if it's working. I don't think you want to see me put it back together after you've seen me take it to bits. It's exactly the same thing. What you see here is these here are your actual positive feed, which actually activates the welder or makes it weld. Does that make sense? I'm struggling with words today. It basically causes the spark or causes the arc. That little thing there, or valve there, is what causes the gas to come out. So it's a two-step, so you get your gas first and then you get your spark, so it works like that. So right, I'll get it put back together and let's have a play. Right, before we get to welding, I have realised that the spring has gone in my welding clamp for some reason. It's not responding the way it should be, but it does look a bit looks like it got a little bit warm in there. So I think before I do anything, I'm going to actually put a new end on this and see if we can make that work a bit better. See if I've got a new end to put on it first. Let's see what I've got. Right, so these are 2 crocodile clips off of a power pack jump starter, or yeah, jump starter for cars. The jump starter packed in because basically it wouldn't hold a charge anymore. So because the clips were still good, we decided that we was going to take the clips off and keep the clips. So I think we'll take these off and clean them up like I'm doing, and replace that. Right, let's get on with it.
Shadow with the flowers. Watch the seconds turn to hours. It's time for high tea. Madmen in hats and cats up in the trees. Wandering around in Wonderland.
Right, so that was quite easily done actually. Just had to pry the old connector there, or the old clamp open at the back where it was joined up, which took a little bit of prying, but it finally came to bits. But it's got no life left in it whatsoever, so that's going in scrap bin. Then the new do the same to the old one, take the old bit of wire out, put it back together exactly the same way as I took it to bits, put the sleeve back on, and got a nice new end clamp now for welding. And got a spare for my dad if he ever wants his doing, or if mine packs up again. Right, so we're over at the welding table. It is a metal table. I found a piece that has already got some test welds on from, I don't know when. I didn't do these, so I don't know when they was done. Clamped in the vise. My new clamp is just clamped onto the table because that's what it's designed for. Basically the table is then the earth part and all you do then is whatever you clamp in the vise or have sat on the table, apart from it's covered in stuff at the minute, it should conduct the current through the part that you're welding, and you should be able to weld to it, or should be able to weld on it. So we're going to give it a test and see if this is now actually my welder, I should say, is actually now welding properly without the gas flow being set so high, so I'm not using so much gas while I'm welding, because that was the initial problem, is I was using too much gas while I was welding. So yeah, let's just get it turned on and see what happens. I need to get my base mask, or welding mask, which is just behind me, thank you. Clean the dust off of it. Turn welder on. Gas. Right, let's see if this works. Definitely sounds a lot better than it did. Success. Right, so that's everything I had today planned done. I did the 2 log burners for the Scouts and Beavers group, my local Scouts and Beavers group for them. So they're both done now. I had a little bit of fun with one of the gas bottles because it was still had some in it, so I didn't film me doing stupid voices with the gas, but yeah, that was quite fun. I then obviously sorted my welder out that I've done in this video, which I'm now well happy with, that it's now working again properly, which means I can actually use it to do the jobs that I need to do next, which I am going to be making a parts wash. I'm thinking of doing some merch, t-shirts, hoodies, things like that. Now, if anybody's interested in me actually doing stuff like that, like stickers and, like I said, hoodies and t-shirts, drop us a comment, and obviously I'll get some designs made up and put them up for sale. It would help the channel out no end if people do actually buy some, and it'll, you know, it would help me to, the money from that would help me to produce more content, better content basically. Help me get on them with doing the cars that I've got to do and other things. So yeah, if you're interested in stuff like that, drop us a comment and let us know. Other than that, if you've enjoyed the video, you know, do the usual, toss us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.